Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairy Muppet, and we are going to be starting the cast of the ASUS ROG Summer 2013 tournament. So this is the 5th tournament that ASUS ROG, which stands for Republic of Gamers, has sponsored. And yes, it's going to be freaking awesome. It's a 32 player tournament, and we are starting at the quarterfinals. So down to the final 8 that have gotten in this tournament. And yes, we are going to be looking at the first quarterfinal, and down the bottom right side of the map, it is going to be Happy. He is from Russia. He plays for Team Empire, and we've seen him a couple of times before, but I can't remember if we've seen him in a 1v1 tournament. So this may be the first time we've cast him in a 1v1 tournament, and that's freaking awesome. And of course, up the top right side of the map, it is going to be Alicia. Alicia, a Protoss player, and he is from, it is a he, even though he's called Alicia. So he is from South Korea, and he plays for the Axiom clan. So that is pretty freaking awesome. So starting off straight into it with a PvT, and I mean, it doesn't get any better than this. Don't worry though, there's still a ton of Zerg players in this tournament. There's Ghostswer, there's Hyun, and there's Dongregu. I'm not sure if Jaedong actually tried out for this tournament, but we know he's an epic, especially after watching DreamHack Valencia, man, when he got right into the end. Very epic. But yeah, I'm not even sure if he tried out for this. I'd like to think that if he did, he would have made it to the quarterfinals, so I'm guessing he wasn't in this tournament. But enough about Zerg players. We are here for the PvT. We are here to see all that awesome stuff going on, and this tournament is actually a best of 5. Every single series is a best of 5, including the grand final. So yeah, it's going to be very epic. But let's start talking about exactly how these players did and what they had to go through to get into this quarterfinal. Now, Happy, down the bottom left, in the round of 32, he pretty much went straight through. He defeated Sjo and MC. He did drop a game to either of them. I believe the round of 32 and the round of 16 was best of 3 series. Actually, no, they were best of 5. Wow, they were best of 5. So yes, he won 3-1 against Joe and MC, and then yes, in the round of 16, he went up against Project and San, and he did actually drop 2 games to San. So up against San, it was 3-2, just managing to get through. And San is another player I haven't really heard much of, but he is in this tournament as well, facing off against Dongregu in the 4th quarterfinal. And yeah, he's a Protoss player as well, so that's going to be freaking epic. We got Alicia up the top right, we've got San, and we've also got Stardust in this tournament. So yeah, the Protoss are very well represented in this game. And moving back on, look at this poor SCV, man. He's going to die so painfully. And yes, looks like Alicia's actually getting a later Nexus, but still fairly fast. And let's move on. Let's talk about Alicia here. Alicia, in the round of 32, defeated Dystar without dropping a game, and also defeated Lucifron. He did drop 1 game to Lucifron, so winning 3-1 there, but the fact that he beat Lucifron, man, that says something about how good Alicia is. So definitely we cannot count him out when it comes to beating Terran players. And in the round of 16, he defeated Elfie 3-2, and he defeated Elfie 3-2. Then he lost against Dongregu 1-3, but he went on to get into the quarterfinals by defeating Elfie again 3-1. So Elfie not having the best time against Alicia. But yeah, so we know that Alicia's PvP is very strong as well. But yes, we will have to see exactly how this tournament goes with these 2 players. They're both very strong, but yeah, I don't know, man. In the quarterfinal, the second quarterfinal is Tasia and Ghostswer, and we know both of those guys are extremely awesome. So we will have to see whoever one of these players gets in there facing off against Tasia or Ghostswer. It's going to be a real struggle. And I suppose I'm getting ahead of ourselves, because we probably should be starting to cast this game at some point. I feel like that's probably a good place to start. And yeah, what have we got going on from Alicia, man? A lot of nice gateways. We can see this. I believe this is what Stardust was doing in DreamHack Valencia. Get the robo facility out nice and quickly, and then you start getting the second and third gateways coming out. So yeah, he's going for that. And what is this coming out? Another observer. I guess if he was going for like going against Zerg or maybe Protoss, he might be thinking about an Immortal. But against a Terran, the danger of heavy armored units, not so great. You can get Marauders, you can get tanks, but in the very early game, you're probably not going to be facing enough of them to really pose a heavy threat. Whereas Roaches, massive. It's worth getting at least one Immortal just in that case. And Protoss, of course, they got Stalkers. So yeah, but it looks like Happy is just going for a ton of Marines. And yeah, Alicia does know about that. His observers all over the place, but he did send in a Stalker before. And this may be the same Stalker that managed to survive last time, but these Marines are going to be quite nasty against this guy. But we can see that Alicia is getting out the High Templar tech. I don't know if he's planning to go for Colossus at some point. Probably is. But he's just going to start off with Storms, or perhaps just Archons to take these guys out. Archons not as effective as Storms would be, but Archon's a little bit more versatile than the High Templars when it comes to other units as well. So yeah, we'll have to see. And it looks like Happy is just continuing on with the Marine tech, getting out all the Marine upgrades, getting out the dropships. It doesn't look like he's going for any mech at all. He's got a factory, but he's not really doing anything with it. So it's just the dropships and the massive amount of Marines. We do have a Warp Prism coming over here. I don't know what he's going to be doing with this. It's not going to be any sort of Dark Templar harass, so it's probably just going to be Zealots in the back of his base. But here we go, dropships coming in at the same time. It looks like the dropships are going to get there first. And Alicia, man, where is his army? He's got a few units out there. That is not enough, I think, to hold off this massive amount of Marines. He's going to be getting pretty close down to the wire. It's all going to come down to this Archon, how much damage he does. But these guys are just going to take out a pylon and then they're going to run. They're not going for any heavy sort of kill. And there was a High Templar there waiting to storm them, although he maybe he saw the High Templar and he decided to run. But what he doesn't know is that Storm isn't actually researched yet. But here we go, he's got to come back in. He's going to have another shot, taking out another pylon. And we'll see if this time he's just taking out a couple of units. Not really wanting to commit to this drop too much. Just taking out a little bit of stuff. And there we go. The Protoss says that enough is enough. I'm just going to send some Zealots out there. You are not dropping off anymore. But here we go. The Warp Prism is actually warped in a couple of High Templars, a couple of Zealots. And now is going to be moving over to the main base, and we'll see if his drop works any better than the Terran's player's drop was going to. And look at this, one Marine man is definitely intercepted the potential third coming down, so he's got to know that that's probably coming down. And here comes another couple of dropships. Must be what he's waiting for. He wants to go for the double drop action. And yeah, I think if he does that, then Alicia's going to be in a fair bit of trouble, because he's got enough to sort of head off one drop. If these Zealots chase the medevacs around, it might be fine, but the dropships should just speed over and then start dropping here. It looks like they're just all going to drop in right now. They're just going to go for one single approach, but they don't like this position in this narrow gap. They want to be able to spread out a little bit more. Going in this gap with High Templars on the top level is absolute suicide, so he's not going to have it done. This Viking actually chasing the Warp Prism away, so this Warp Prism not even getting in there, not really doing much. Meanwhile, the dropship's going around. The Observer, I think it might have scraped the edge of them to just about see them, so he's got to be thinking there's something coming down. These Zealots, I don't know, man. He can try maybe feedbacking a dropship. Some of them he can probably take out, but look at this great job there. And yeah, I mean, I'd like to see the dropship speed over and then drop down there, but there's cannons still, and he would still take quite a lot of losses if he decided to do that. So yes, we do have the High Templar tech down for Alicia. He's getting the Colossus tech as well. Some nice force fields there. He's got to wipe out a few units. You've got to feedback off on a dropship, but not quite enough to kill it. However, Happy is just going absolutely nuts on the units, and he is starting to get out some ghosts as well. If we have a look at the army, the units, sorry, I mean, Alicia has got a lot, but a lot of that is zealots. And zealots with legs are good, but, oh, look at this, man. He's managed to get the High Templar in there. He's getting some storms off. That storm wasn't very well placed, but this one is, man. Oh, that was so painful. That was one of the best storms I've ever had. Hit like 15 workers in one go, and the zealots being walked in as well, doing a great job of just taking this base apart. Meanwhile, there's a lot of forces down here, and he's going to have to get some good storms off, because I don't think he has enough units to push these guys away with just units. I mean, he's not got enough. He's starting to get down the storms, and the Ghost trying to get some snipes as well, and the High Templars doing a fairly good job, but they have wiped out this third. The forces down here just continuing to attack stuff. They might get this NG Bay. It looks like they're going to get it when 2 weapons is just about to finish. So really, really great job, but this attack is going to get finished off, and the income really, really heavily damaged for Happy, but he's still got a very, very decent army though. Of course, with some High Templar and with a Colossus, I think this might be the end. The Zealous just providing such a good buffer zone, and these guys are going to have to run away. And I'll tell you what, man, Alicia lost his Nexus, but he was up a Nexus anyway. So I think overall he's definitely ahead. The army sizes are probably about the same, but with that loss of workers, man, he's now 15 workers ahead. And I think Alicia is in an excellent, excellent position to just start taking this game away. He's going straight for a third base. And Happy is not very happy at the moment, I suppose. He's definitely got hit hard there. And he's going to try and move in, but Alicia's already ready for him. And yeah, the Colossus. Beautiful range, man. The beautiful range on the Colossus. And these guys just have no choice but to get the hell out of there. And really, really good. I mean, with the 2 Colossus on the field and more probably coming on, Happy has definitely got to start working on his Viking numbers. If we have a look at the units, he's got 4. He needs a little bit more than that though, probably about 6 or 7. It's probably going to be a good number, and it looks like he is going to be getting that. But yeah, he's really, really going to get some nice attacks off. Taking out the Nexus was good, but he couldn't quite do anything more than that. He is getting his own third base though. He's already got it built, so he'll be a little bit ahead in that regard, but still so far behind in the harvesters count. He's just so far behind, and that's just over time. This is just going to start adding up and adding up and adding up. And there we go. We can see 2 weapons is already finished, and yeah, it looks like Happy's already got 2 weapons and 1 armor. How much have these guys got? They got 2. I don't want a High Templar, so they got 2 weapons and 2 armor. So yeah, Happy a little bit behind. He would have had 2 at this point, but that NG Bay getting taken out by that 1 Zealot when it was 90% done on level 2 armor, that is just harsh, man. Really, really harsh. And here we go. Already a couple of defenses here, putting down a cannon. So he's not going to get caught by surprise by a medevac. None of these guys have enough energy to feed back them into oblivion, but they're still not going to drop down. They don't like the look of that. Maybe going to drop down on the low ground here, but Zealot and a Stalker are going to be coming out there to see them. And I don't know if he actually saw them or if they were just on the way, but an observer here is definitely going to see them. And walking in a couple of guys, a nice storm on the Marauders as soon as they come out, and the Zealots just chasing them away. Really, really good stuff. A couple of Zealots actually chasing them here. I don't know what this guy was trying to do, but it did not work. He's actually putting down all his forces. He's going to try again, but a whole bunch of Zealots here and another couple of High Templars. He's going to be able to kite these Zealots into oblivion, and that storm just missing so badly. But reinforcements coming down, and once again they get chased away. And meanwhile, the Protoss player Alicia thinking about doing something here. Not too many defenses, although there are quite a big army over there, and that should be able to chase these guys away very quickly. But a couple of workers might get taken down. Not really, just a couple of Marines, and that's about it. It's not too bad. Meanwhile, this main Protoss army out in the middle, looking to do a bit of a hit here. But he's got to be worried about these dropships as well, man. Beautiful warp in there. And the dropship's already quite low on health. Managed to get taken down. I think this warp prism may have gone down as well. I don't see it anymore. Yeah, there's an observer, but I think the warp prism got taken down. It tried to do a drop over here or something like that. So, yeah, not good. But meanwhile, Alicia getting his 4th. He's got a very nice army here, but the Viking numbers are starting to get quite scary, and 1 Colossus getting taken down just in that tiny bit of engagement right there. So He does still have three High Templar at least with Storms, and the Ghost trying an EMP, but I think they missed all of the High Templar, so yeah, Happy trying to get back into it, and he's doing a fairly good job. I'd still like to bring attention to that massive worker deficiency there, but he's going to keep on going, man. And look at this, he's just started 3 weapons and armor, and yeah, a Protoss player just about to finish 3 weapons. I love these new icons, they're so awesome. And yeah, this army is very scary though. He's got the Vikings, he's got the Ghosts, so it's definitely capable. What the hell was hitting here? Maybe, oh, it's a little bit of a drop there. It didn't really work too well though. One Marine coming out, having a look. He sees the High Templars, the Ghost maybe going to try and snipe. Got some EMPs off on them. Very, very nice. So no Storms coming down on this army. Really great micro there from Happy, getting that EMP down. And yeah, these forces are going to have to run without the Storm. They got some Templar reinforcements coming down though, but a Colossus getting taken out in the retreat. And look at these beautiful snipes, man. Happy knows how to deal with this Protoss force, man. And these Zealots coming in, they're going to be hitting a supply depot, but not much else. They're going to be trying to hit this bunker. They might take it down, but then again, they might not. This guy's still going for a supply depot, so they're going to set it on fire at least with this many SCVs to repair it. There we go. There's Zealots, man. They're so tough. Got so much health, man. They just last freaking forever. And I don't know, man. The Protoss player with the economic advantage, but the Terran player, Happy, really showing that he knows how to counter High Templars, that he knows how to counter Colossus, and he's just done everything really good so far. I don't know if it's just lucky micro or whether it's just skill. I mean, you've got to have the skill. You've got to have the skill, but I mean, I think it's a little bit of luck there as well, because in that last battle, I don't think Alicia got a single Storm off. It just did not happen. And he's got these High Templars all the way in the back now. He does not want to get them EMP'd anymore. But yeah, he's going to have to do something. He's maxed out, and he's starting to bank up quite a sizable amount of minerals, and he's definitely got to do something. But he doesn't want to push into this army, and I tell you what, I cannot blame him, because that is a very scary army, and he seems to be going a little bit more towards Colossus than he was previously. So we'll see how this works. He's got Blink on his Stalkers. If he can get some nice hits off on the Vikings, man, then he will do some awesome job. And I think he might just have to deal. There we go. The Storm's coming down nice and early. Not really hitting much, but yeah, I don't think the High Templar actually got EMP'd there. Or maybe they got sniped. I do not know. This High Templar looking out for something, but not really going to find anything. The Terran player does hold the mid-ground. Does hold this watchtower, so he is going to be seeing the Protoss army when it comes to engage him. And he's doing a very nice split here. Got to hit him from 2 sides. The Vikings coming in, taking a couple of hits. EMP going down on the Stalkers that come out to hit out the Vikings. And the Colossus have got a great range here, and the Stalkers just chipping away at the Viking numbers, but the Vikings chipping away at the Colossus, getting a couple of them down to really low health. And the Protoss player actually going to try and do a split here. He wants a very nice concave. I don't know if that's going to help versus the Vikings. It might choose to isolate his Colossus. There we go, one Colossus going down. A couple more snipes coming down. And I feel like the High Templar are just taking a beating right here. Some of them surviving, but a lot of them are going down. And yeah, the Viking numbers, man, are just so nice. He's actually getting level 1 attack for them. Both players that he's actually getting level 3 armor. He's got level 3 weapons, but the Terran player has had level 3 weapons and armor for a little while now. And yeah, how has he been doing on the economy? He's actually been catching up quite a bit, so his superior army composition and his superior micro has given him a bit of an edge, and he's starting to get some workers up. So yeah, Alicia, he's got so many resources, man. He really needs to start trading, getting in there. And there we go, putting the Storms down on the Vikings. Really nice job there. I mean, some players might say it's a bit of a waste to put on the Vikings, but the Vikings are really the most important unit in this army right now, and a lot of them getting taken out there. But here we go, DT's coming down to try and head this off, but a scan coming down is going to shut those guys down. And yeah, doing a really good job. I don't think he really took out much, because there would have been no workers here, but yeah, he's doing something, and he's actually forcing the main army to come back. And yeah, there we go, DT coming out, but instantly we're seeing another scan, and these guys taken out, and most of them managed to get into the dropship. This was actually overcharged, man. He was obviously focusing on the dropship, because one of them nearly got taken out. but I have a feeling the mothership core only just showed up. So yeah, very crazy drop there. Not really getting a lot of workers, I feel like, because there weren't a lot of workers there. He could have picked a better spot maybe, but yeah, decided to go for that spot, and I don't know, he killed some stuff, so yeah, it's alright. It's not too bad. And meanwhile, Alicia stuck at maximum resources. Very loath to attack this main army. He does not want to attack it. He wants to get some storms up on the Vikings, really shut them down quite a bit. And once the Vikings go down, I mean, this army is just going to be all over. Colossus will just wipe everything off the board. And how much Colossus does he actually have now? 5. But I think a lot of them are probably injured quite a bit. No, actually, all the injured ones died. So all of these guys are mostly at full health. I think a couple of zealots came in here, but they didn't last very long. And yeah, really nice. It's the Vikings, man. The Vikings are just doing such a good job at taking out those Colossus. Oh, look at this Ghost, man. That Ghost is a freaking legend, man. He sniped like 2 or 3 High Templars there after putting down an EMP. Best Ghost ever. Best Ghost ever, man. And the Zealots moving in. They're going to try and do something with the bunker here, drawing. The Zealots attack. It's just not going to happen. The bunker is just going to survive. Just at the last second survives. Really nice job. And yeah, man, really nice. We have a look at the income. He has been actually doing, this attack has been working. He's been doing quite a lot of damage to the workers, taking out quite a few of them because, yeah, he's down back to 53. He's lost about 7 workers or so since. And yeah, I think another Ghost just went down there. So that guy not doing as well as his predecessor. The bunker going down, but some reinforcements coming in. And these elves are going to go down once again, but I mean, Alicia just had so many minerals, so he just thought, why the hell not? Give it a try. He's done a little bit. He's got that nice worker lead again. And here we go. EMP's going down on the Archons, or like 2 or 3 of the EMPs going down, really hitting the Archons bad. And he's got a lot of Colossus, man. Colossus is really a massive thing. And here we go, double Zealot moving in. These guys get taken out. These guys, though, they're going nuts, man. There's a DT there as well. All the workers, man. And some of them survive, but a lot of them go down. And Alicia choosing to move in at the same time. But look at how many Ghosts there are, man. Just EMPs and snipes all over the place. That is an absolutely insane amount of Ghosts going down. And look at this, we've actually got a drop here. Not really doing much, but I do not know if Alicia actually knows about it. No, he does not. He didn't. No, he knows now. He knows those units are there now. But 3 cannons might be okay. I think he might be okay, but he can always walk in some stuff there if he needs to. Look at this, a whole crapload of Zealots coming out once again. And Happy is actually getting quite mineral starved here, man. He's losing quite a lot of workers, 38 down to 70. And yeah, I mean, once you get that low, and look at his army is definitely suffering, man. He cannot afford to get army as much as he'd like. He can't afford to max out, and his beautiful unit composition is going to suffer. We'll have a look. He's got 7 Vikings, man, versus 5 Colossus. That is not enough. And I think the next major engagement, Alicia may just take it away. He may just take out all the Vikings. But look at this, so many Ghosts, man. I think High Templars are not going to be able to do that much, but he's actually sniping Zealots now. He's just going absolutely insane. And here we go, some storms coming down. The Vikings getting hit so hard by the storms. And this is Alicia's chance, man. He's got to move in before the Vikings come back, before they get a lot more Viking reinforcements, and just take them out. But he's a little bit distracted by this drop down here and by his own attack over there. These guys, they've got another bunker going down. These Zealots are just like, come on, man, come on. And another drop coming down here. He's got to reinforce in some more units there, otherwise he risks losing that assimilator. A drop moving over there, but gets chased away. And this cannon, will it take out the dropship? Yeah, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And here we go, the army thinking about coming in here. Zealots more going in there. The main army coming in here. This drop finally getting chased away by a DT. Forces coming in here, and the main force does not want to move in, does not want to engage. I mean, with the low Viking numbers, I feel like he could. And yes, Happy knows that he is just too far behind. 37 to 70. He cannot get up. And look at the unit size, man. 117 to 188. It was just a slow death right there, and really good stuff there. These constant Zealot harassments, man. And that that is actually a completely different way of doing things, because, I mean, Alicia maxed out. He had a really great income. He actually had a 5th base up there, man. It's completely insane. Really, really good income, and he was maxed out. Now, general tactics would say, go ahead, trade your army out, and then use your banked up minerals to produce another army. And if your opponent's economy isn't as good, then you'll probably win in the long term, because you've got a better economy. Unfortunately, he tried to do that, I think 1 or 2 times, and Happy was just so good at getting the snipes off, so good at the EMPs, and his Vikings were so good at taking out the Colossus. And I think it became pretty clear that if he traded his army, he would not get a good trade for it. He would lose more than he would take out of Happy. And even if you got a better economy, if you're losing more units than your opponent is, it doesn't really help you. So instead, what Alicia did, he did not trade out his army. He spent his excess minerals. He traded off a little bit, just to buy him a little bit of room. And every time he lost a Colossus, he'd just build a ton of zealots, send them in, left, right, left, right, left, right, and constantly hitting these guys. I mean, Happy did a great job holding it off, but just eventually they just started leaking through the gaps, getting in, taking out a couple of workers, taking out a couple more workers, taking out a couple more workers. And you saw the result here, 37 to 70, man. That was all these zealots coming in. And yeah, eventually, man, they just got in when Happy just was completely unprepared, and like 5-10 workers just died in one go, boom. And it's just completely insane. And really, really good job there from Alicia, thinking outside the box there, not going for the trade when he knew his army composition was good, but that Happy had the micro. He knew that Happy had the micro to take him out, so he went for something different, and it worked out. Really, really great job there by Alicia. And that is game 1, man. Quarterfinals, Happy versus Alicia. And this is the ASUS ROG. So stay tuned for game number 2. Yeah, we'll catch you guys then. This has been Hairy Muppet.